How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to yet another tutorial. It's been a minute since the last tutorial. This probably will be a more simple tutorial, but a very useful one. So a lot of people have asked me to do tutorials about recoveries, and instead of doing recoveries in full, like as a general topic, I'm going to be talking about specifically bump recoveries and how you can actually make use out of being bumped. I know it sounds weird, but if you have Baki's mod, go ahead into free play and click F2, and in this plugins tab you can click on this recovery plugin and click start, and you'll notice you start getting bumped everywhere. So I'll drive around just to show it off a little bit. So I'm driving, I get bumped. So people don't often know, but when you get bumped, you save your flip. It's just the same as if you were to go off the ceiling, or if you were to go off like the inside of your goalpost. I can save this flip, and same applies for when you get bumped. So when I get bumped here, I'll wait for this next one. Sometimes they're kind of awkward bumps, but when I get bumped, I can usually use it into a wave dash. And so in this video, we're going to be trying to talk about like how we can make this useful. So I just got bumped there, but I was able to wave dash and recover to get that boost. So that's a common thing. When you get bumped, you can wave dash towards your boost, and I like to do that personally myself the most. So when I get bumped, I use a wave dash. Also, this will help teach you when you get bumped, always hold shift. As soon as I get bumped into the air, I'm holding shift, because if I don't hold shift while I get bumped, I'll just stick into the ground like that. So I'll show again when I'm going faster and say I land, I stick right there. So if you want to maintain speed, you want to hold down shift, and especially if you can get that wave dash in, that is a good time to maintain more speed and when you're trying to recover. So I'm driving up the wall. I think this plugin doesn't bump you in the air. Luckily, it would kind of get obnoxious if the plugin isn't already obnoxious. It will be fucking annoying dealing with this, but it is good for learning to recover. So some ways I want to share, of course, like I've been saying, you can wave dash off of the bump. That's one of the best ways. If you can't wave dash, of course, just a regular flip then. You can flip towards the boost. That's a common thing. But also, if you get like a complete U-turn bump where you go like head to head and you wind up getting bumped backwards, can oftentimes help you rotate back. I'm trying to see if I can get a bump that will bump me straight backwards. I was getting them before. No, they like to bump me forward now. But if you get bumped backwards, you can turn around and then do wave dash backwards and head back towards your boost, and that's also a good way to rotate back. So bumps aren't always necessarily a bad thing, and people get frustrated when they get bumped, but high ranked players are able to adapt to these bumps because they actually are able to use them to help maintain speed. So say I'm driving the ball down towards their end and I just wave dash back, I head back for boost. That's like a rotation back that it just kind of helps you rotate back. Even say like you wanted to go for the ball and you wanted to be in the play, maybe you weren't meant to be clearly if you got bumped, so you might as well go head back for boost. And so now it's kind of bumping me backwards, so I can show some more examples. But when you are able to combine these bumps with like chain wave dashes, oh, I clicked something, and it's probably F. If I click F, my game just freezes and I can't figure out why. Something with Baki's mod. Oh, you can get bumped off the wall, but see, I just got bumped off the wall, but I saved my flip. And you can go into the settings, and if you want, these are like the settings I have currently. I think that it's kind of annoying when it bumps you like every second, so I made the cooldown time a little bit longer. I might even make it a little bit longer. But this is just something I thought was useful that I would share. Of course, if huge shout out to Baki's mod for making something like this, because it's very useful. But I hope this does help some people. I don't want to go into too much depth. I think people can kind of take this and put it into their own context and learn how to use it. But if you are questioning how like pro players and higher level players do tend to recover so fast even after being bumped, it's because they're using the bump to their advantage. If I'm getting bumped towards the ball like that, I fucked up my wave dash there, but I don't know, if I got bumped, in that situation, I'd rotate back. And it's kind of fun just to sit around and not necessarily try and go for goals, but just dribble the ball around and see where the bump takes you. So that bump took me away from the ball, so maybe I just wave dash away, rotate back for boost, and then I can go for a challenge. That one I flipped right into the bump. So if I'm going for a shot, I miss. Oh, I just got bumped. So that's a rough bump, but you can still try and recover from it. And like I said, hold down shift the whole time when you get bumped. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't know. You don't want to get stuck into the ground when you get bumped. So hold shift and try and make use of a wave dash or a front flip when you can off of a bump. And it can be a lot more helpful with recoveries than you would expect. And I know it's probably going to be a short tutorial, but I hope everyone learns at least a little bit from this. And as always, if you like this video, feel free to leave it a like. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe. And if you have more suggestions for tutorials and videos, please feel free to leave them down below.